The Jim and Terry Show, still podcasting from the Hobbit Studio in Bobcaygeon. I'm one of your hosts, Terry.
I'm the other guy, Jim. That sounded terrible. I'm the other guy, Jim.
I'm not sure what voice you were trying to use there.
I wasn't. It was just.
It was an alien voice.
It was me being tired. That last one was me being heliumized.
I thought you were. Did you say lobotomized? Heliumized?
Heliumized. Helium.
Heliumized. Okay. Yes. When you suck on those helium balloons and you start talking.
Yeah, I suck.
Okay, well, you suck. You suck helium. I was going to talk to you about how some things we take for granted as true are not taken for granted as true by some people, and it goes into the realm of rabbit holes and conspiracy theories.
All right.
So the starting point is simply SpaceX. We don't talk a lot about SpaceX.
We haven't been talking too much since...
no, since Musk went off the deep end and supported Trump and bought himself an election victory of
poor people to death and everything, yeah.
Yeah, so anyway, we're back to SpaceX because there is a launch coming up. I think I said
Sunday.
August
24th.
24th. And I don't know what time.
Like 6:20 at night.
Yeah, it's at night because they're still trying to get some daylight shots where it goes down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the time zone.
Yeah, it goes into daylight. Yeah.
Right. So they're still not bringing anything back. There's still no launch.
But they're going to try to eject mock satellites out of... They're going to try to launch 6 of them or something.
Yeah. So the story behind that as part of this launch is that the doors worked last time. They understood what happened. The ship said something's not right in some other part of the ship and shut the doors so they couldn't open and wouldn't open. The ship took Hal. For those of you who are missing Space 2001, A Space
Open
Odyssey.
The door, Hal.
That's right.
Hal, open the door.
Dave.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Dave.
That's creepy. But yes, the ship has some autonomous functions.
Yeah.
And we know how well that works with Tesla self-driven cars in the United States.
Put the brakes on.
Brakes.
I'm afraid I can't do that, Jim.
That's right.
Why?
Oh,
there's a hit on you.
Your twisted mind works in some very interesting, devious ways. And yeah, we can make a novel out of this or a movie. Yeah. Maybe you'll even do a song on the auto-driving Tesla. But for me, it's a couple of things in the design revision that were interesting. So the launching of the PEZ, the real size, full size things, is just to do an experiment to see that, yes, it can eject those. You saw the way it was a PEZ dispenser.
Yeah.
They crank up and they shoot them out.
I thought they cranked down, no?
Oh, okay.
Well, I don't know.
Does gravity matter when you're in space?
No.
It doesn't. So up or down?
I just thought that's the way it was.
I don't know. That's a good question. So any engineers out there who can correct us, we don't know. And let that be the caveat for our whole Jim and Terry show. We don't know. We don't know for sure. But the PEZ dispenser will be in this gameplay. But
they want it to be.
The fins were the new thing. It's asymmetrical finnery.
They're huge, eh? They're the size of a car, eh? Those fins.
I think they improved the size. They're 25% larger each one.
Yeah, because there's only 3 now instead of 4.
Right. So the area, 25% more, or maybe it's 30%. 30 gives you 90%. So, and
the top one you see when they're breaknecking coming down into the atmosphere, it is redundant. It doesn't do anything. It just sits there. So you might as well just not have it.
That's right. Yeah. It's on the upside of the winds, but they're in a vacuum anyway, so it's not bearing any of the debris, not debris, the air pressure. So why have it there? Good call.
Yeah.
So what does it mean? It's fascinating. So yes, they improved the size. They've spaced them asymmetrically so that they're now not 4 of them equally spaced across the booster. So I'm interested in all of that.
They'd have to compensate for the weight and everything. It's amazing when you think about it. I mean, they weigh tons.
Yes.
Each
one.
Yeah.
And they're going to catch them eventually, not this time, but eventually by those fins.
Yeah, they want it to fall into the ocean again. It's amazing. They get rid of 33 beautiful Raptor 3 engines. They do try to fish it out and maybe do something with them. I don't know.
I think they want to examine them first of all.
Examine them, see if they.
There's going to be,
and they're going to deliberately shut one down and see if one of the other ones can compensate for it. one of the outer rings can compensate for that. So there's reasons why they blow things up so that it won't blow up when humans are in it.
Well, they don't intentionally blow things up. Things happen.
No, they push it to the limit.
Yes.
Like the last rocket, they pushed it to the limit. They took it in on an angle that they knew was eventually going to destroy itself.
Right.
And it did, of course. Yeah.
Now, was that the booster or was that the Starship?
That was the booster. It came in at a ridiculous angle.
Starship blew itself
17
up?
degrees or something.
Yeah,
or
some incredible...
Yeah, all the pressure on it actually crushed the tube, the downcomer inside.
Wow.
The pressure crushed it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of learning going on. So every launch, it looks to us like, oh, SpaceX blew up another one. No, that's not it. There's always learning. There are always sensors all over the place.
Yeah.
Data is king.
Well, even in the Starship, they've let an unbelievable amount of heat tiles off.
Yeah.
To see if the ship can take it without those heat
in
tiles.
certain places too.
Yeah.
And they've redesigned the tiles, and they've got some, not just ablative surface, which means it just slowly disintegrates the material. Actually, the heat runs the material down, so it becomes smaller and smaller and smaller. They've got ablative tiles as well as
cooling tiles.
Cooling tiles, yeah. So they got some kind of.
I like the idea of the cooling tiles.
Yeah. What do they use? They use.
There is a liner like a. There is a capsule by another company that it is going to have the heat shield cooled. So in other words, it's not no tiles at all. It just is metal, but it's being cooled and dissipate the heat. So there.
Okay, well, we're nearing the part of this where we're going to switch to SpaceX conspiracy theory. If you're interested in SpaceX, you can follow them on YouTube. They carry the launch live. It's going to be spectacular. I'm hoping to see it on Sunday, the 24th at 6:30. That's just the beginning of the window. There's no guarantees because these are not planned. Well, they are planned, but they're not.
Yeah, they can change.
They can change it the next day. If the cloud cover comes in, they can do whatever they want. But I'm interested in this one, which is that Musk released an interview in which he said they're thinking they will need 8 Starship launches just to carry fuel into an Earth orbit in order to launch the moon mission to take the Starship to the moon.
Yeah. That's a lot of rockets.
That's a lot of rockets and a lot of fuel. All right, so we started to explain why that is. And the Starship is huge. The mass that they are trying to take, because they want to land it with all the machinery that they want to inhabit. It's got to go in the Starship. So we're talking about hundreds and hundreds of tons of material.
Yeah.
And the size of the ship itself with the fuel that it needs, not just to orbit, but to land, to reduce its speed and land.
And take off.
And take off again. So a lot of stuff going on there. It's a great plan.
It's exhausting when you think about it. Yeah, well, they got to get moving on it if they want to meet, Artemis thing and all the rest of it.
Artemis seems to be back in the play here. They seem to have their capsule going, and it all seems...
well, that's something like after $10 billion, another one, but I don't know. There's a fortune in comparison. It's not even as expensive as SpaceX blowing up all their ships. It's amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's get back onto the conspiracy part of this, which is somebody looked at Musk's statement and said 8 starships full of fuel just to fuel the mission to the moon. It's larger than Saturn V mission to the moon. Saturn V had less fuel. Saturn V launched in 3 stages and went to the moon, orbited the moon, sent a lander down, came back up, and they reversed course and came back to Earth with far less fuel and carried it all in one small ship.
But it's as you said, the Starship is. I mean, I've heard it twice now. I find it hard to believe, but apparently they say the cargo bay could take the Eiffel Tower disassembled. It could go into that.
The mass of it.
The mass of it. I find that really hard to believe, but I've heard it twice now. So we cannot comprehend the massiveness of the rocket in compared to anybody else's rocket. It's huge. And as you said, it's going to take the buggy. It's going to take the robots and stuff to dig the ground out. It's going to take all of that with it when it lands. So it's pushing, I don't know, 100 times the weight of any other rocket that's ever needed to be used. And remember, that little thing on the top of the Saturn V, that's all was pushing into the orbit. Everything else was destroyed. So
the conspiracy theorist goes like this. If SpaceX needs 8 and it's the same size roughly as the Saturn V, maybe the moon mission was fake.
No, I don't.
They didn't have enough fuel to do it.
Well, number one, you're assuming that the Starship's going to be full of fuel. It isn't. It's taking up fuel to unload into a tanker. That is what it's doing. It needs all that fuel to get back to Earth again. So,
but we're landing from a flat Earth. Surely that makes a difference. The Jim and Terry Show signing off. Bye-bye.